Welcome to our channel. Here we read Bible stories improvised for children and adults alike. Our story today is about Rebekah and Isaac's sons, Jacob and Esau. Our main character, Jacob, means surplanter, which he did by being a cheater and a liar. Our verse today is Ephesians 4:25. Putting away lying, let every man speak truth. Our story today is entitled A Brother's Lies, taken from Genesis 25 to 27. When Abraham was 175 years old, he died, and Isaac and Ishmael buried him alongside Sarah in a cave. Isaac was now the head of the family, and he and Rebekah, like Abraham and Sarah before them, still lived in the land of Canaan. By this time, Isaac and Rebekah had two sons, twins, whose names were Esau and Jacob. Esau was red-haired and hairy all over. He became a hunter, a man of the open fields. Jacob was a much quieter man, and he preferred to stay in the camp or to take care of the sheep in the fields nearby. In those times, it was the custom that when a father died, the eldest son received twice as much of his father's property as the rest of the sons. Now Esau was just a little older than Jacob, but he was too interested in his hunting to worry at all about his birthright. Jacob was a different kind of person. He thought a lot about the birthright and tried to work out a plan to get it for himself. One day, Jacob had cooked a pot of thick soup, and when Esau came home from his hunting, the smell of that soup made him feel very hungry. He asked Jacob to give him some of the soup, but Jacob was very clever. At once, he saw what he had to do. "Give me your birthright, and I will give you some soup in exchange." And Esau, as careless as ever, said, "You may have it. What good is a birthright to me when I am dying of hunger?" When Isaac was a very old man, he began to go blind, and he knew that he would not live much longer. Then one day he called Esau to him and said, "My son, I am very old now, and soon I must die. Go out with your bow and arrow and shoot a buck, then roast some of the meat in the way I like it, and bring it to me to eat. Then I will give you my blessing before the end of my life comes." Now Esau should have told his father what had happened, and how he had sold the birthright to Jacob. But he didn't. He went right off to shoot the buck so that he could cook the meat Isaac wanted. His mother, Rebekah, had heard all that was said. She went quickly to Jacob and told him all. Then she sent him to the flock of goats to fetch and kill 2 kids. She would cook them as Isaac liked, and Jacob could take the meat to his father and receive the blessing, while Esau was still out hunting. Rebekah then had another idea. Jacob must cover the backs of his hands and the smooth parts of his neck with his skin before he went into Isaac. Then the blind old man would not be able to tell the difference. Jacob did what he was told. He went into Isaac with the meat, and when Isaac asked him who he was, he lied and said he was Esau. Then, when Isaac had eaten, he placed his hands on Jacob's head and blessed him, thinking all the time he was Esau. Now Jacob had hardly left his father's room when Esau arrived. Oh, how sad and angry he was when he found out what had happened. But of course, it was his own fault for having sold his birthright to Jacob. He begged his father to bless him, and Isaac in the end was able to say, "My son, you will have great riches, and you will have them by the strength of your sword. You will serve your brother, but if you will use all your power, you will be able to throw off his control." History has shown that the blessings of old father Isaac were true. The children of Esau became the nation called the Edomites, while the children of Jacob became the Israelites. Let's repeat our verse. Ephesians 4:25. Putting away lying, let every man speak truth. Jacob lied to his own father when he said he cheated Esau. Thank you for joining us on our Bible reading journey. I hope you can join us next time as we continue our story. The next chapter is about how Jacob feared for his life. The narrative is called "The Ladder Which Reached Unto Heaven," and it illustrates how sin has its consequences.